The morning light spills. The pond is like a bright mirror, reflecting the sky and clouds, and the aquatic plants sway gently. A green figure quietly emerged from the water. It was Croak. It puffed out its cheeks, ready to start the day's games. Puff! A string of crystal-clear soap bubbles flew out of Guagua's mouth, shimmering with colorful light in the sun. Guagua warily looked around. The aquatic plants swayed, and danger lurked in the mud. Quack, hide quickly! There's a water snake hunting nearby. The little fish's terrified voice broke the silence of the pond. Danger lurks everywhere, and Guagua's figure appears particularly small among the aquatic plants. The sunlight penetrates the water's surface, and Guagua extends an invitation to the little fish. The little fish wag their tails, responding to Guagua's call. Let's stir up the mud at the bottom of the pond together, Guagua suggested excitedly. Okay! The little fishes cheered in unison, causing ripples in the water. The turbid waters were deathly still, with undercurrents surging beneath the surface, fraught with danger. Now let's add some special effects. The croaking sound echoed across the water, breaking the suffocating silence. A large number of bubbles surged from the bottom of the water, instantly making the murky waters even more chaotic. Sunlight penetrates the water's surface, and the underwater maze shimmers with a mesmerizing brilliance under the refraction of bubbles. Remember, bubbles reflect light. The croaking voice echoed among the bubbles, carrying a hint of mystery. Wow, it looks like there are a lot of croaks, the little fish exclaimed, curiously observing the surrounding light and shadows. A water snake silently disappeared into the water, causing faint ripples on the surface. Do you think muddy water can stop me? The water snake encountered the first layer of bubbles, its path blocked. In the shimmering, rippling bubble maze, Guagua's figure gracefully weaves through, like a floating feather. Huh? There's movement over there. No, it's over here. The water snake's voice echoed between the bubbles, with a hint of doubt. This way. No, that way. The narrator's voice echoed through the maze, guiding towards an unknown direction. The water snake is surrounded by countless reflections, unable to distinguish between reality and illusion, lost in a labyrinth of mirrors. Which one is real? The water snake roared, its voice echoing between the mirrors, revealing even more confusion and despair. Goodbye! Guagua's voice came from afar, with a hint of triumph, echoing in the maze, in the dim and deep. The core of the maze is shrouded in endless darkness. Suffocating, bubbles surged like ghosts, stirring the murky waters and bringing unease. Ah, these bubbles are making me dizzy. The water snake's painful voice spread through the water, filled with despair. The water snake fled in panic, and the water surface returned to calm. Guagua cautiously poked his head out, confirming that the danger had passed. Sometimes, the simplest things can be very useful. The sunlight shines gently on the mirror-like pond, and the breeze caresses the surface, rippling with tiny glimmers of light. In the center of the pond, the little fish happily wagged their tails, and clear shouts echoed on the water. Guagua is the best. The sunlight gently caresses the pond. The water surface is like a mirror, reflecting the sky and clouds. A gentle breeze brushes the water's surface, creating ripples that seem to whisper the melody of nature. Beneath the water's surface, bubbles shimmered with rainbow-like light, as if in a dream. The silt at the bottom of the pond sways gently with the waves, stirring the tranquility of the water. Sunlight penetrates the water surface, and the light and shadow at the bottom of the pond sway, like scattered gold fragments all over the ground. A frog stretched its limbs, bubbles rising like broken strings of pearls, breaking the tranquility of the water's surface. The water snake gracefully glides through the aquatic plants, its form like a dance, fully displaying the vitality and flexibility of life. Small fish chase and play, sometimes hiding in the cracks of rocks, their agile figures adorning this small world. The pond's surface shimmered, bubbles sparkled in the sunlight, and aquatic plants swayed gently in the ripples. Beneath the surface of the water, light and shadow intertwine, bubbles gathering and dispersing unpredictably. As if life is surging within, sunlight penetrates the clear pool water, casting dappled shadows on the bottom, making everything appear serene and mysterious. Sunlight streamed down the pond like a clear mirror, reflecting the sky and clouds. With shimmering waves, a gentle breeze caresses the water, creating tiny ripples that seem to whisper of nature's wisdom and harmony. The sparkling waves shimmer with the light of wisdom, symbolizing the infinite possibilities of creative problem solving.